An idea in the state legislature could cost local school districts. As lawmakers work to reform the state's pension system, they're considering transferring some of the burden to local schools. What does that mean for residents? NCTV 17's Michelle Corless reports.
3 triangles.
In Illinois, there are nearly 363,000 people impacted by the teachers' retirement system. Each one has made his or her payments, but the state hasn't paid its portion, part of Illinois' $83 billion pension problem. One of Governor Quinn's goals for this term was to reform the system, but negotiations fell apart the final day of session last month.
There's really one sticking point right now, and that has to do with basically what's called shifting the responsibility onto the employer.
Naperville State Representative Darlene Singer is on the state's pension reform work group, the people in charge of finding a solution. She knows shifting the cost would relieve the state's burden, but hurt local school districts.
Talking to Superintendent Burkett from District 204, she quoted a figure the other day about it's going to cost the school districts something like $11 million more over the next 3 years, and they've already cut like $40 million out of their budgets.
Local schools receive funding from the state and from property tax bills. But with the state making education cuts and the current property tax cap, districts are already strapped for funds. Adding another burden could mean teacher layoffs. In District 203, it would mean program and service cuts.
We're going to have to squeeze a little harder on what we provide for our students. It might mean something might change in fees, for example.
Teachers across the state have spoken out against the plan. In Naperville, they've held rallies and marched to Singer's office. Local taxpayers have mixed opinions.
I think they're overextending their authority.
I feel if you're a public servant, you should be willing to sacrifice, and the taxpayer should not be so unduly burdened.
It's kind of late to just kind of dump everything on the school districts.
State universities would be impacted as well. For them, it would mean tuition hikes. I'm Michelle Corless for Naperville News 17.
State leaders are still meeting to discuss pensions. They hope to call a special session to vote on reform sometime this summer.